A lot of players are exploring with Master Rule 4.5, and I actually reached out to Victor Jimenez and said, hey, send me your first round of testing for Master Rule 4.5. I want to be able to deliver content to you guys for Master Rule 4.5 while we're basically in the waiting room at this point. It's a really weird place where I have to talk about the current metagame as well as the future. And if you guys have decks that you're testing under the new format, please send them on in. I would very much love to do additional segments for this, as well as keeping up with the current metagame, the current things that are going on with the community, and addressing this. It's going to be a very interesting 3 months. So I open up the floor to you guys as we head into the future here, that if you guys have information that you don't mind sharing, or if you got something you're messing around with for fun, I open the door to you. Reach out to me on Facebook. MQuil40 is the page, and I would very much like to hear from you guys. Now, Victor sent this in to me, said, all right, this is what I'm working with at this point. This is basically what we're trying to do with heroes. Now remember, you now fusion summon to the entire main monster zone or extra monster zone at this point, which opens up an entire new way to look at how you can play this deck. And Papa likes having more options available to him, and I'm quite honestly looking forward to getting to spam out way more heroes. Now, this is one of the cards that changes this deck and gives this deck a whole new line of play, and it's Sunriser. So this thing must be fusion summoned. All monsters you control gain attack equal to the number of different attributes you control times 200. So basically, if you got light and dark on the field, you're going to be able to combo extend out with this. And then if this card is special summoned, you have one Miracle Fusion from your deck to your hand. So here's the cool thing about this. Not only you can make Absolute Zero, we're not playing Absolute Zero here, but you get the ability to make your Miracle Fusion Searcher for free. Now, the problem here with this is we get locked into the potential for only being able to summon a certain type of hero at certain points. Now, I don't necessarily think that you're always going to be in a situation where you're locked into the element. Just remember that you're only going to be able to do things with hero monsters because that's kind of your deck now. Like, if you only can make heroes, well, you know, you do what you do. Now, we also have Cloth Heap as an extender down here. When you do perform a fusion summon, you can special summon 1 level 4 lower. This does grant as an extender for the deck, but it depends on how your field is building and things like that before you really go into things. So we'll talk about this and some of the underlying, I guess, concerns about this going forward, because you're probably already looking at this and you're like, oh, really? We're going back to this guy. This card's pretty good for what it is. Like, you literally just go Sunriser and just make a Skira down next to it. Like, your whole deck's purpose now is you're going to just slam the OTKs, baby. Like, you go second, you make those boards. And that's one thing that Victor was definitely talking about, was this card's probably going to see a lot more play in this. So anyway, we're still playing the one copy of the Celestial. The thing that we still care about with this is just banish this a Destiny hero to draw 2. I still think that this is going to be the way that you're going to be playing this, unfortunately. Now, Militia's still the best card in your deck. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, you can tech the Pot of Acquisitiveness if you really want. It was really cheeky seeing the 41 card build come out of the last regional. It does give me some bad ideas, but I don't think that it's not what you want to do. Now, we do have the one Dynatag. I think Dynatag will continue to be a staple in the format as well. Just additional burn damage on the opponent. We take that, right? And then, of course, Plasma. Plasma has cool synergy with Magistry Alchemist, but we'll talk about that when we get down there. So, one of the best things that you can still do with this deck is still produce a Plasma that floodgates your opponent. And Plasma single-handedly still does get to absorb those key boss monsters that your opponent's putting up. We still have the one Honest Neos because still giving a monster 2,500 attack. Once again, you are the OTK king. Like, that is all your deck does, is you produce your monster, poop out all of these fusions, and then just laugh at your opponent as you're doing your thing. Then, of course, we have 2 copies of Shadow Mist. We're not trying to go down maximum numbers on this. Still Mass Change Searcher and still let you add a hero if need be. It really just depends at what step of the combo you are doing things. Only 1 copy of Solid Soldier. This card's still kind of booty. I get why we like this card, but in the grand scheme of things, like, I know a lot of players want to cut it, but you still have to play the 1. It's still a different attribute, by the way. I do want to point that out. So at some point, if you're still left with this on the field, you still get a slight boost. Triple Stratus is a bit surprising to me, but still breaks back row, still grants you the search for Malicious, so you shouldn't have any reason not to look at this card and want to play this. Then we have the most solid card in the deck, Liquid Man. On summon, revive, level 4 lower hero, or if you basically banish it to pay the cost for our friend, you know, Sunriser for Miracle Fusion, you get to draw 2, discard 1. We take Arc Cinders when we get them. We're still playing the 1 copy of the Adjusted Gold. Getting to discard this to search for our Nightmare Fuel to make Malicious Bane, still really cute. It's actually kind of surprising how well the Malicious Bane engine is withstanding the test of time. And of course, we're still playing Triple Forest and 2 Increase. I get that players are a bit turned off by this, but I still think that this is the best engine that your deck has, being able to just beam out multiple monsters for no reason, by the way. And then 2 copies of Vion. Vion is still a starter in this deck. Really stupid Vion with Malicious is literally everything that you could ask for, right? Like, that starts your combo, lets you start doing what you want to do. Now, spells here, we have the 1 copy of A Hero Lives, pretty standard. We have triple copies of Allure of Darkness. I mean, 95% of our deck is dark. We should have no reason to be able to run into consistency issues with this. 1 copy of Dark Calling. We can dedicate 2 cards to an additional fusion monster that's as good as Bane. 1 Foolish Burial. We can drop out our Mally or our Liquid Man, depending on the combo, or, you know, we can drop out Shadow Mist. It just depends on what you need. We have triple copies of Mass Change, because, hate to say it, Dark Law is still a good card. 1 Miracle Fusion. Only 1 copy of Polymerization. I know a lot of players were talking about wanting to go down the double polymerization path, but why are you trying to add so many bricks into your deck? That's something I do want to point out. It's like, why? We have 1 E-Call for Searchers. Same thing with Rhoda. And then this is the card that kind of hurts a little bit. It's the restriction on the dark hero monsters. Just, you save this card not necessarily as a starter now. You just use this as at the point of your combo you've set up. You're like, oh, okay, cool, now I can do this. If you have to start with it, okay, you don't have to go down, you know, the whole path of this. But Master Rule 4.5 does allow for more versatility with this card. So just make Sunriser first and then do your thing. We have 1 copy of Dark Ruler No More. Going first or second is options. Then we have this stupid card. So this is Magistry Alchemist. This does come out soon. It's banish 4 hero monsters from your graveyard and or face up on the field. Target 1 hero monster in your graveyard. Special summon it, ignoring its summoning conditions. Okay? And if Earth, Water, Fire, and Wind attributes are all among the monster you banish to activate this effect, double the summoned monster's original attack, and if you do, negate the effect of all face-up cards your opponent currently controls. So, we're just using this to revive Plasma. I'm going to be straight honest with you guys. Pretty simple and sweet and to the point there. Now, extra deck here, we have 1 Cloth Heap, 1 copy of Dread Decimator, and 2 copies of Cross Crusader. Still, why would you not take advantage of your best cards? 1 Trinity for OTKs, 1 Dystopia, 1 Adoration, 1 Malicious Bane, 1 Dangerous Guy, 1 Sunriser, 1 Escuridao, 1 Blast, 1 Anki, and 2 copies of Dark Law. Side deck here, triple Super Poly, 2 copies of Dark Ruler No More, 2 Lightning Storm, triple Red Reboot, triple Droll and Lockbird, 1 Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, and 1 Diplex for Chimera. Side deck, patent to change, by the way, depending on where we're going in the format. So this is the first real look at competitive heroes from Victor Jimenez. I really do hope that the community will give some sort of insight to this. Honestly, tell me what you guys think about this deck. Turn on bell notifications as always to make sure you guys are getting the latest on this channel. Make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't. Alright, sounds pretty good to me. Alright guys, I'm out. Peace. The ride never truly ends. Thank you, patrons, for helping support the channel. Without you guys, I don't know if I'd still be doing this. And for those of you that like Cardfight Vanguard, FanCool40 is here for all your content needs. And those of you asking if I sell cards, mcoolgames.com for all your trading card game needs. Check the description for more interesting info. Thanks for watching, guys.